$200. That's how much the average American household throws away every single month on wasted food and impulse grocery purchases. $200 that could be going toward your retirement savings, your grandchildren's birthday gifts, or that vacation you've been dreaming about. But here's the thing most people don't realize. The problem isn't that groceries are too expensive. The problem is that you're shopping without a plan. And I'm not talking about a vague idea of what you might eat this week. I'm talking about a real, strategic meal plan that cuts your grocery bill in half while actually making your life easier. No more standing in front of the fridge at 5 p.m. wondering what's for dinner. No more throwing away spoiled vegetables you forgot were in the crisper drawer. No more last-minute takeout because you didn't thaw anything. By the end of this video, you're going to have a simple system that saves you money, saves you time, and eliminates the daily stress of what's for dinner. And the best part, this system takes less than 30 minutes to set up each week. I know what you might be thinking. You've been cooking for decades. You don't need someone telling you how to plan meals. But here's what changed. When you were raising kids, you cooked for 4, 5, maybe 6 people. The quantities made sense. Leftovers got eaten. Nothing went to waste because hungry teenagers cleaned out the fridge every night. But now? Now you're cooking for 1 or 2. The grocery stores still sell family-sized packages. Recipes still serve 4 to 6 people. And you end up with a fridge full of ingredients that spoil before you can use them. The USDA reports that seniors waste more food per person than any other age group. Not because you're careless, but because the entire food system is designed for families. Meanwhile, grocery prices have jumped 25% in the last 3 years. Your fixed income hasn't gone up 25%. Social Security cost of living adjustments barely cover the increase. So every dollar you waste on food that ends up in the trash is $1. You can't spend on medication, utilities, or the things that actually matter. That's why meal planning isn't just about organization. It's about financial survival on a fixed income. It's about taking control of one of your biggest monthly expenses. And it's about giving yourself the gift of never having to stress about dinner again. Let's talk about what it's really costing you to not have a meal plan. And I don't just mean money, although we'll get to that. First, the financial cost. The average American throws away $400 worth of food every year. $400 that you bought with good intentions, put in your fridge or pantry, and then forgot about until it was too late. But for seniors living on fixed incomes, the waste is often higher. Why? Because you shop more frequently. You go to the store 2 or 3 times a week, just to pick up a few things. And every time you walk into that grocery store without a plan, you spend $30 to $50 more than you intended. The impulse purchases add up. That bakery section right when you walk in. That's not an accident. The end cap displays with special deals. Those are designed to make you buy things you didn't need. Within a month, you've spent an extra $200 to $300. Now multiply that by 12 months. That's $2,400 to $3,600 a year. Money that could be earning interest in your savings account. Money that could be helping your grandchildren with college. Money that could be giving you a cushion for medical expenses. But the cost isn't just financial. There's the time cost. How many hours do you spend each week going back and forth to the grocery store? If you're going 3 times a week, spending 30 minutes each trip, that's 90 minutes. Add the drive time, parking, walking through the store, waiting in line. You're looking at 2 to 3 hours every week just getting groceries. Hours you could be spending with friends, on hobbies, with family. Then there's the mental cost. The daily stress of opening the refrigerator and having no idea what to make for dinner. The guilt when you throw away food that's spoiled. The frustration of running out of something you needed for a recipe halfway through cooking. The anxiety of not knowing if you have enough food to last until your next trip. All of this creates a low-level stress that wears on you. And here's what most people don't talk about. When you don't have a plan, you default to the easiest option, which usually means less healthy choices. Frozen dinners loaded with sodium, takeout that's expensive and not nutritious. Eating the same 3 meals over and over because those are the only things you feel confident making without a trip to the store. A meal plan solves all of this. Every single problem I just described disappears when you have a system. So let me give you the system. 4 steps, that's it. Step 1 takes 10 minutes. Step 2 takes 5 minutes. Step 3 takes 10 minutes. Step 4 takes 5 minutes. 30 minutes total, once a week, and you're done. You'll never stand in front of your fridge confused again. Step 1. Choose your anchor meals. These are meals you already know how to make. Meals you enjoy eating. Meals that use ingredients you can easily find. You need 7 of them. 1 for each night of the week. But here's the key. You're not picking 7 different complicated recipes. You're picking meals that share ingredients. Chicken on Monday can become chicken soup on Thursday. Roast vegetables on Tuesday can become frittata on Friday. Ground beef for tacos on Wednesday leaves enough for chili on Saturday. This is how you stop wasting food. You buy ingredients that work for multiple meals throughout the week. Write down your 7 anchor meals. These become your rotation. Some weeks you might switch 1 or 2 out, but having this foundation means you never have to reinvent the wheel. Step 2. Plan your batch cooking day. This is the secret that changes everything. Instead of cooking from scratch every single night, you're going to cook 2 or 3 big batches on one day, usually Sunday or Monday, whatever works for your schedule. Here's what that looks like. You roast a whole chicken. While it's in the oven, you cook a big pot of rice or quinoa. You chop all the vegetables you'll need for the week. You make a large batch of soup or stew. In about 2 to 3 hours, you've done most of your cooking for the entire week. The roasted chicken becomes Monday's dinner. The leftovers become chicken salad for Wednesday's lunch. The bones go into a pot with vegetables to make stock for Thursday's soup. The rice you cooked goes with Tuesday's stir-fry and Friday's burrito bowl. See how this works? You're not cooking 7 separate meals from scratch. You're cooking components that mix and match throughout the week. This is how restaurants work. They prep ingredients in batches, then assemble meals quickly. You're bringing that same efficiency into your home, and the beauty of this system is flexibility. If you don't feel like eating what you planned on Tuesday, you can swap it with Thursday's meal. Everything is already prepped and ready. Step 3. Build your shopping list strategically. This is where you save the real money. Look at your 7 meals. Write down every ingredient you need, then go through your fridge, freezer, and pantry, and cross off everything you already have. This seems obvious, but most people skip this step. They assume they're out of something and buy duplicates. That's how you end up with 3 bottles of soy sauce and 4 boxes of pasta. Now here's the money-saving trick. Organize your list by store section. All the produce together, all the proteins together, all the pantry items together. Why does this matter? Because when your list is organized, you walk through the store once, efficiently, and you're done. You're not wandering back and forth, which reduces impulse purchases. Every time you backtrack through an aisle, you're exposing yourself to marketing designed to make you buy things you don't need. An organized list keeps you focused. Also, check your store's weekly ad before you shop. If chicken is on sale but you planned for pork, swap it. If Brussels sprouts are on sale instead of broccoli, make the substitution. Meal planning isn't rigid. It's a flexible framework that lets you take advantage of deals while staying organized. Step 4. Prep and portion everything when you get home. This is the step most people skip, and it's the step that makes or breaks the whole system. The minute you walk in the door with your groceries, spend 20 minutes doing this. Wash and chop all your vegetables. Store them in clear containers in the fridge. Portion your proteins. If you bought a family pack of chicken breasts, separate them into individual servings and freeze what you won't use this week. If you bought ground beef, divide it into half-pound portions. Cook the rice or grains you planned for your batch cooking. Make the soup or stew. Hard-boil a dozen eggs for quick snacks and salads. When everything is prepped, Portioned and stored properly, cooking during the week becomes assembly, not cooking. You're not starting from scratch every night. You're pulling out pre-prepped ingredients and putting together a meal in 15 to 20 minutes. This is how you avoid the 5 p.m. panic. This is how you stop ordering takeout. This is how you actually use the food you bought instead of watching it spoil. And here's the secret about portioning. When you portion things into individual servings, you naturally eat appropriate amounts. You're not eating from a family-sized bag of something and losing track. You're not cooking too much and feeling obligated to finish it. Everything is already the right size. Let me show you what this looks like in real life. Sample week for 2 people. Sunday, you batch cook. Roast a whole chicken, cook a pot of brown rice, chop vegetables, make a big batch of vegetable soup. Total time, 2.5 hours. Monday dinner. Roasted chicken with roasted vegetables and a side salad. Time to plate and serve, 10 minutes. Tuesday dinner. Chicken fried rice using leftover rice and chicken, plus those pre-chopped vegetables. Time to cook, 15 minutes. Wednesday dinner. Big bowl of that vegetable soup you made Sunday with crusty bread and a side salad. Time to heat and serve, 8 minutes. Thursday dinner. Chicken stock soup made from the chicken bones with pasta and vegetables. Time to prepare, 20 minutes, but most of it is simmering while you relax. Friday dinner. Simple frittata using leftover vegetables, served with toast and fruit. Time to cook, 12 minutes. Saturday dinner. Grilled cheese and tomato soup using the rest of Wednesday's soup. Time to prepare, 10 minutes. Sunday, you start the cycle again with a different protein and a different batch meal. Total grocery cost for this week? About $75 to $90 for 2 people. That's half what most people spend. Every meal is healthy, uses real ingredients, and nothing goes to waste. And you spent maybe 2.5 hours on Sunday cooking, plus 10 to 20 minutes each evening plating and serving. Now let's talk about the specific strategies that save you the most money. Because meal planning is the foundation. But these tactics are what push your savings from $50 a month to $200 or more. Strategy number 1. Buy proteins on sale and freeze immediately. Chicken breast at $5 a pound one week, $2 a pound the next. When you see that sale, buy 4 pounds. Portion it into individual servings, wrap each piece in plastic wrap, put them all in a freezer bag with the date written on it. Now you have protein for a month at the sale price. Ground beef works the same way. Pork chops. Even fish if it's previously frozen. You're essentially creating your own inventory at the lowest possible price. Strategy number 2. Embrace frozen vegetables without guilt. I know, your grandmother probably told you fresh is always better. But here's what changed. Modern freezing technology locks in nutrients within hours of harvest. Fresh broccoli at the grocery store might have been sitting in a truck and on a shelf for a week, losing vitamins every day. Frozen vegetables are often more nutritious, they're always cheaper, and they never spoil in your crisper drawer. A bag of frozen mixed vegetables costs $2 to $3 and makes 4 servings. Fresh would cost $8 to $10 for the same amount and might go bad before you use it all. Strategy number 3. Stop buying pre-made anything. Pre-cut fruit costs 3 times more than whole fruit. Pre-shredded cheese costs double. Salad in a bag costs 4 times what a head of lettuce costs. You're paying for convenience, and it's killing your budget. I know chopping takes time. I know it's harder with arthritis. So here's what you do. Buy whole ingredients. Chop everything on your batch cooking day when you have energy. Store it properly. Now you have the convenience without the markup. Strategy number 4. Use every part of everything you buy. This is how people cooked for thousands of years before grocery stores made us wasteful. Chicken bones become stock. Vegetable scraps become soup base. Stale bread becomes croutons or breadcrumbs. Overripe bananas become banana bread or get frozen for smoothies. Leftover rice becomes fried rice. Leftover vegetables go into frittatas or soup. Nothing, and I mean nothing, should go in the trash if it can be eaten or used for another meal. When you start thinking this way, your grocery bill drops dramatically. Strategy number 5. Shop the perimeter of the store. Fresh produce, meat, dairy, eggs are all around the outside edges. The middle aisles are where they put the processed, expensive, unhealthy stuff with the highest profit margins. If you shop the perimeter and avoid the middle aisles except for specific items on your list, you'll spend less and eat better. Let's talk about storage. Because buying food on sale doesn't save you money if it goes bad before you eat it. You need to know how to store things properly. Proteins in the freezer will last 3 to 4 months if wrapped correctly. That means wrapping each piece individually in plastic wrap, then putting multiple pieces in a freezer bag with all the air pressed out. Label everything with the date. Use a Sharpie right on the bag. If you can't remember when you froze it, you probably shouldn't eat it. Cooked grains like rice and quinoa last 5 days in the refrigerator in an airtight container. After 5 days, they develop bacteria that can make you sick. Don't risk it. Either eat it or freeze it. Cooked vegetables last 3 to 4 days in the fridge. Raw, chopped vegetables last about 5 days if stored properly in containers with paper towels to absorb moisture. Soups and stews improve with age. They last 5 to 7 days in the fridge and freeze beautifully for up to 3 months. Make a big batch, eat some fresh, freeze individual portions for future quick meals. Hard-boiled eggs last 1 week in the shell in the refrigerator. Peel them as you need them, not all at once. Bread lasts longer in the freezer than the pantry. Take out slices as you need them. They thaw in minutes or pop them straight in the toaster. Here's a storage secret most people don't know. Herbs stay fresh for weeks if you treat them like flowers. Trim the ends, put them in a glass of water, cover loosely with a plastic bag, keep them in the fridge. Change the water every few days. Cilantro, parsley, basil, they'll stay fresh and green for 2 weeks instead of 2 days. Another secret. Mushrooms last longer in a paper bag, not plastic. Plastic traps moisture and they get slimy. Paper bag in the fridge, they'll last a week. Cheese lasts longer if you wrap it in parchment paper first, then plastic wrap. The parchment lets it breathe while the plastic keeps it from drying out. These little tricks add up. Every day you extend the life of your food is money you're not wasting. And here's the food safety rule you must follow. When in doubt, throw it out. I know you hate wasting food, but food poisoning for seniors can be serious. If something smells off, looks discolored, or has been in your fridge longer than you remember, don't risk it. The $5 you might save isn't worth the hospital bill or the misery of being sick. Now, what if you have dietary restrictions? Diabetes, high blood pressure, kidney issues, heart disease? The meal planning system still works. You just adapt it. For diabetes, focus on protein and vegetables. Limit simple carbs. Watch portion sizes of complex carbs like rice and bread. Your anchor meals might be grilled chicken with roasted vegetables, salmon with green beans, turkey meatballs with zucchini noodles. Your batch cooking day includes chopping lots of non-starchy vegetables and grilling multiple proteins. For high blood pressure, you're limiting sodium. That means cooking from scratch becomes even more important because packaged foods are loaded with salt. Season with herbs, lemon juice, garlic, vinegar. Make your own soup and stew so you control the salt. Buy no salt-added canned goods. Your taste buds adjust within a few weeks and you'll actually prefer less salt. For kidney issues, you're watching potassium and phosphorus. Some vegetables and grains are better than others. Work with your doctor or dietitian to get a list of what's safe. Then build your anchor meals around those foods. The planning system doesn't change, just the ingredients change. For heart health, you're focusing on healthy fats and fiber. Salmon, nuts, olive oil, avocados, whole grains, beans, lots of vegetables. This is actually easier to plan because these foods are filling and satisfying. You're less hungry between meals, which means less snacking and more money saved. And if you're on a budget for medications or have high out-of-pocket medical costs, This meal planning system becomes even more critical. Every dollar you save on groceries is a dollar toward your prescriptions. Every meal you eat at home instead of restaurant takeout saves you $15 to $20. A month of meal planning saves enough to cover a month of medication copays for many people. This isn't just about food. It's about making your fixed income stretch to cover everything you need. If you're living on Social Security alone, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Every expense has to be strategic. Every dollar has to count. Meal planning is one of the most powerful tools you have to make your money work harder. Here's what I want you to do right now. Pause this video. Get a piece of paper or open a note on your phone. Write down 7 meals you already know how to make and enjoy eating. That's your starting point. Those 7 meals are your rotation. Next, pick one day this week to do your batch cooking. Put it on your calendar like an appointment. 2 hours, that's all you need. Sunday afternoon, Monday morning, whenever you have energy. Finally, before your next grocery trip, make a list organized by store section. Produce, proteins, dairy, pantry. Check your fridge and pantry first. Cross off what you already have. Shop your list and nothing else. These 3 simple actions will transform your grocery spending within 1 month. I promise you that. And if you want more help, I've put together a free meal planning template in the description below. It includes a weekly planner, a shopping list template, and a list of anchor meals to get you started. Everything you need to implement this system today. Download it, print it, put it on your refrigerator. Use it every week. Meal planning isn't complicated. It's not about being a gourmet chef or spending hours in the kitchen. It's about having a simple system that saves you money, saves you time, and removes the daily stress of figuring out what's for dinner. 7 anchor meals. 1 batch cooking day. An organized shopping list. Proper storage. That's it. 4 simple components that will save you $200 or more every single month. If this video helped you, if you can see yourself using this system, hit that subscribe button. I'm putting out a new video every week with practical tips for living better on a fixed income. And share this video with anyone you know who could use some help stretching their grocery budget. Next week, I'm covering home security on a budget. The 5 devices under $50 that will make your home safer. You won't want to miss it. Until then, make your plan, shop your list, and enjoy the peace of mind that comes with knowing exactly what's for dinner every single night. Thanks for watching.